kick it. Oh, it's me.
You kick it.
I kick it. It's been kicked. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Iliza Anything. We're going to get right to it because you guys, we get a lot of questions that come in and we can't get to every one in every episode. So we log them. We backlog and now we're digging into the archives to answer some of your queries because you deserve answers. Because you were kind enough to write in and listen and be fans. And we're here for you. I'm here with my trusted baby arm. Scott is on sabbatical.
No, he's not. He's
here.
working hard. We just aren't with him. We have 21 pages of questions. We're obviously not going to get to all of them.
Christ.
Right. But you guys, we keep an eye out for you. And if you don't hear it answered, it might be answered later. If it isn't answered later, you can ask again.
Yeah, always feel free to rephrase it and ask again.
And we might answer both versions. Who knows?
No one knows.
No one knows.
Kick it.
Sickanista. Hey, Iliza. Now that you've been married for a while, as a busy person, what things do you do every day to tell your husband you love him? And conversely, what things does he do for you?
Oh, I just say, I love you. And he's like, oh my God, really? I'm like, yeah. Sometimes I let him put his penis right inside me.
I don't like
what?
Even though I know that happens, I don't like that you
Very
said
sensual. It's tough when you have like a really low maintenance partner.
Yeah.
But they really do like things. They just don't ask for them. So, you know, sometimes I'll buy him a little gift or even just like a quick little touch, little shoulder rub. Be like, I love you. That goes a long way. Tiny little moments or like just eating dinner together or just a little text to say, I love you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure your time, you have so little time that it's nice when you guys are together.
We just like to hang out with each other. He just wants to be with me.
What does he do for you? I know he
cooks everything that I eat.
And he knows, he's like, are you sure you don't want food? I'll get you food.
Yeah,
we just keeping an eye out.
It's an agreement. It's just the way that we provide for each other. And we listen to each other. Mm-hmm. I think it means a lot that that we give each other our time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if he came home and like I had made dinner, he'd be like, great. But I think I would rob him of the joy of cooking it. I would rob him. I can't rob him.
I watched Lethal Weapon recently. Very boring, but all they did was make fun of Danny Glover's wife's cooking. Like, it was so rude. And then later, Dan Glover's like, did you really like my wife's cooking? And Mel Gibson's like, no.
Oy.
Why is this the joke?
Also, it takes so much effort to cook for someone.
Yes.
Like, it's just shit on it. Like, it's so bad. It's like, then go cook your own food.
Right.
God damn it. Try not to get shot.
You're sitting here like, well, I'll let my wife make this meal and I'll have my daughter eat it, even though I think it tastes like burnt.
That being said, he and I have had to have talks about, like, if I don't like something, like, I'm like, there's got to be a way I can convey that and you don't have a meltdown.
Yeah, that's tough because it's like it's not just like, I got to get fed. It's like his passion.
Oh my God. One time he made some chickens and for some reason the thermometer said they were ready and they weren't. And like, I thought he was going to just become a puddle.
Oh.
You just he must put much pressure on himself. Yeah. Sometimes I have to get in there and say, it's okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll go out.
You'd be fine to eat like a handful of crackers.
Yeah. I love handfuls of crackers. Over the sink, no shirt on. Kick it.
Hot dog in my bag swag.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I got hot dog in my bag swag.
Hot dogs in my bag swag.
Hot
Excuse
dogs
me.
in
Multiple. But that's hot sauce in the song.
I know. That's why it's funny.
Right. Okay.
Now that you've cleared up comedy. I'm ready.
Happy hello to Iliza, Emily, and Blanche's immortal spirit. Long live the queen, lamb.
The best.
Years ago, I had to cut ties with one of my best friends for personal reasons, and I've always felt bad about the way I handled it.
That's fine.
I just kind of ghosted out of the relationship and never explained why. We were very close, and even after all these years, I still miss her and think about her all the time. She'll even pop up in my dreams from time to time. I'm about to leave California, and I want to reach out to see if she'll meet with me so we can talk, and I can finally explain to her why I walked out on our friendship. I really don't want to move away with this guilt hanging over my head. Always wonder if we could have salvaged what was once a wonderful friendship. Do you think I should try to do this or just cut my losses and move on? She didn't do anything terrible to me. It was circumstances with other people in our friend group that I just couldn't be around it anymore and had to walk away.
You know what? I think the important thing here is, I'm not getting this from what you're saying. Did she ever reach out to you after? It doesn't sound like she did. So,
this person ghosted.
Yeah, but just because you ghost doesn't mean that person isn't trying to like Ouija board you back. So if you ghosted and they never reached out, I would feel a little less weird because then it sounds like it was like a little mutual. But I don't think there's anything wrong. Time heals all wounds. And like, I definitely have like a friend or two where I was like, yeah, that was a little brutal. And I definitely think about,
Yeah.
especially if you're leaving and you want that closure, this is for you, not for them. But they also might be feeling the same way. And I bet you call and you say that. And she's like, hey, I haven't heard from you. I would like that. I totally get it.
Yeah.
You know?
But because you're the one that ghosted out, it's like if she doesn't want that, that's her choice.
Yeah. I think it's actually better that you're the one that ghosted because you can own it. Be like, look, I'm sorry for the way I left. This is how I handled it. This was a while ago. I just want you to know that you mean something to me and I'm sorry for that. And there's no way she won't hear that. You should do it for your own closure. You just should.
Try, ask, see if she will.
And if she's like, no, I'm good, then fuck it. You were right. It's a bunch of burnt. Don't look at the candle. It's not hair. It's the wick was like hairy. Sorry, she's like mocking. She's judging my candle.
I'm not you just pulled it out and you opened it and there was
nobody cares.
I could smell it, so I wanted to look at it.
It smells great.
Okay.
And that's the answer. Do it for yourself. Closure's always good. And most people, barring you being like, I slept with your husband. I felt really bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing egregious here that can't be unforgiven or at least have a conversation about it. So I think it's very spiritually healthy to do that.
Yeah, okay. Jeremy.
Kick it.
Jeremy. Hi, Iliza. Greetings from Malaysia.
Whoa.
What are your thoughts on the durian? Looking forward to the new special.
The durian.
You love to make people eat a durian.
So on my trip to Malaysia, I was introduced firsthand to durian. Now, I've traveled through Southeast Asia. I knew of this fruit, but I only knew about it because I'd see pictures of it with a giant red slash through it. Like, no durian, do not bring it on the plane. Don't bring it in here. Don't even come near me. And I never knew what it smelled like. I never knew why people had this issue with this fruit. But in Malaysia, I ate it in an open parking lot, which is the only place you could eat it because it smells. And I enjoyed it. It is weird, but I enjoyed it. I'm all for, indulging in another culture's weird thing. And I brought home some durian chocolate and some freeze-dried durian. It smells terrible still. It won't die. So my thoughts are and people there love it. It's weird. So that's the answer. Most people don't like it. I enjoy giving it to people just to see how uncomfortable they are with it. But it's a fruit you guys like.
It's like a dare.
It's a fruit that, it grew there. So you're like, this is our thing. But you're not pumped about it. We're like that with apples. We have them. But we make a lot of things out of them. But nobody from another culture is like, oh, apples. Like the way the Japanese are with peaches. They fucking go nuts for peaches. Fresh produce. Anyway, it's one of those cases of it grows, so we have it, so we do a thing with it.
Yeah.
We're like that with corn.
Yeah. Corn's very useful, but not fun.
Yeah. Durian's stinky. Stinky times, but they love it over there. I got no problem. I'll eat another fresh durian. The durian products are gross, but fresh durian, I'll do it. My almost sister-in-law, my brother's girlfriend, I brought some durian chocolates. She housed it. The whole box was gone.
She loved it?
I think she was just stoned and she was like, I fucking do it. I love it. She loved it.
There was a girl at your house the other day that liked them too.
Yeah, some people...
And Mimi likes them.
I think the whiter you are, the more predisposed you are to not liking it. Because Mimi is Mexican. She liked it. My brother's girlfriend is not white. She fucking loved it. The girl that was here the other day with the camera crew wasn't white and she loved it. So maybe white people are just a little stuck up. White people
are very sensitive.
Very sensitive to tropical things.
They're sensitive to flavor. That's the whole
even
thing.
Though I
don't like flavor.
I'm fully white.
I'm saying they as if I'm not the whitest person in this house.
You're talking about Northern Europeans and the British. That's what you're talking about.
Well, there's also just there's a lot always Twitter memes about white people don't season their food and salsa's too spicy. Ginger ale is a spicy beverage.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. There are some spicy ginger ales. Culturally, we don't have the predisposition to because it's not we're not
mayo,
spicy.
Which is the blandest.
That's a Christian
of
thing.
I know I'm not a mayo fan, but
you are made of mayo.
I mean.
That being said, I feel in my, even though I am fully white, fully Jewish and white, there's something's in there.
Now they're saying Jewish isn't white.
It's not. I mean, whatever. I'm white, but I like being barefoot. I like spicy things. I love, there's something in there. No one's telling me.
Yeah, it was the
there's
barefoot
something ethnic in there.
Was white trash.
But there are cultures that are barefoot. I wouldn't be surprised if someone's like, yo, you're half Hawaiian.
Did you do DNA tests?
Yeah, fully Jewish.
Okay.
Fully Jewish. So boring.
Okay.
But I still think it's wrong.
All right.
I would not be surprised if it turned out my parents were fully El Salvadorian.
If you did a second one and it was different.
We did that with Blanche.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll turn out I'm a quarter Belgian Malinois. And that's why.
That would be so
Still
upsetting.
very white though. The most white. It's a Belgian. But she was part Chihuahua, so here's hoping. All right.
Rachel_Rue. I bought concert tickets for my boyfriend and I in a couple weeks. This is going to be so old, but we can address for
don't
anyone.
say that. No one wants to listen to a podcast that's old.
But people, these are questions that
All right,
help
the
other
question
people.
remains.
But this week he asked for space. He says he still wants to go, but it'll be really awkward since we aren't currently talking. Should I just take a friend instead of him or take him?
Hopefully you took a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's say for anyone else that is in a situation where you've bought, like, that's tough when you buy something for a ways out and then you and the person like
Split the tickets. Sit by each other, don't talk. I would bring a friend. Have the other person buy it out or just take the L and split it and bring a friend.
I kind of worry about that. Like, I won't buy tickets too far out because I'm like, what if I don't want to go with that person at that point?
Well, a friend thing is different than like a lover. Yeah. Especially a comedy show. Like, you're going to want to talk about it after, not like, oh, I still need my space. Thanks for the ride.
This is a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody's like, we aren't talking, they don't get to go on your gift.
I mean, you don't really need to talk at a concert.
At what point have you like given someone a gift? Is it theirs? Like, I bought concert tickets for my boyfriend and I. Isn't to me like I gifted my boyfriend tickets for the both of us.
Whoever's holding the tickets is who makes the
charge.
rules. Yeah. If I gave you the 2 tickets, then they're yours.
Yeah.
If I have them, fuck you.
Mhm.
We're breaking up. It's my gift now. Who cares? Who cares?
P. Frunderstruck. You can invite any 5 animals to a dinner party. There's no limitations. What animals do you invite and what's the theme?
5 quokkas. The theme is letting me touch your body. You go. What's a quokka? Go look it up. They live on an island off of Australia. They have no predators. They smile. They're like chipmunks, but bigger and cuter.
I mean, a chipmunk is really cute.
No. Quokka.
Okay.
An octopus. I'd invite 5 different octopi and I'd be like, tell me your secrets.
Why can't you have an octopi and a quokka?
Okay.
Okay, there
What
you
do I
go.
do with the other 3? 3 Blanches. Next question.
You like little things.
Maybe an elephant. Are they talking or am I feeding them?
Let's say that they're talking.
Octopi. 5 octopi.
What's the theme?
The theme is underwater magic,
that's not
and
fun
it's
for them.
a prom. Dreams under the ocean
sea.
realness. Yeah, under the sea
That's
realness.
not fun for them.
They don't strike me as a species that has fun. They're like making their alien plans.
Do you watch the videos of them just like going through the teeniest of holes? Because
Yeah.
every part of their body is not bone except for their beak.
Yeah, octopi don't fuck around. They're really smart. They can get out of jars. They have alien DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up. Ask Joe Rogan.
5 octopi.
5 octopi, 4 common quokkas, 3 elephant bodies, 2 tiny dogs, 1 firm cat. Now it's dinner. And you have some animals with you. Everyone poops.
I've never seen an octopus poop.
Okay. You've probably never seen an octopus. Like
Not
in real life.
but I've watched a lot of videos of them.
Yeah, who would be like, and this is just footage of an octopus taking a dump. All right.
I'm surprised at all that squeezing they do through holes, nothing happens.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Scott. I don't know if the octopi's named Scott. Sorry. Okay, next question.
Little bit morgues. Hi, Eliza and Emily. Find your podcast and have been binging episodes every day.
Binge it.
My question is, how do you stay truly motivated? Who do you listen to or watch when you feel like hitting the snooze? Also, hey, Scott. How do you stay motivated? I mean, I feel like that's just your state of being.
It's just my stasis. I'm just motivated. There's, the fear of not putting stuff out, of not creating, but I am a creative person. I stay motivated. I'm just like that. Mm-hmm. I love challenges. I love getting things done. I just remember like playing sports in high school and just like get it done. No complaining, just get it done. I'm motivated by the idea of looking lazy, of missing out on something because I was lazy. Motivated by the fact that I'm self-employed. And when you see results from a hustle, you're like, oh, wow, I could probably go do that again. And motivated by my fans. On the nights where I'm tired, I don't feel well, remembering it's very humbling that people, I say this all the time, have spent their money to come and watch me be funny.
Yeah.
And there are so many comics who don't get a chance to do that because they just don't have the careers that they want. And, it's like, don't be a brat. Like, you've got to go entertain these people who are trusting you to like give them, this might be their only night off. This might be the only money they had. So not wanting to let my fans down.
Yeah.
That's a very important thing. People get famous or they get successful and they forget that if you're an entertainer, like your fans are the reason you're there. And they might not be the reason you're there. It could be a movie that made you famous or a studio or a TV show, but they will keep you there. Anybody can become famous. It's maintaining that. And I don't take that lightly. So
no, I mean, you definitely You're
Wouldn't
just
have
always
any-
going.
Wouldn't have anything without them.
Somebody who was at your movie shoot the other day was DMing with me, and I posted like a photo later in the day, and they were like, "You guys are still there? I thought you left when we left." And I was like, "No, I left 5 hours after that, and Eliza left 10 hours after that."
Champions do more. And I always say that to myself when I'm in the gym and like I'm supposed to do a 10 count and I stop at 8. But then I'm like, whatever. But yeah, like you don't get what you want in life by just like chilling out. I had a friend recently ask me for advice for stand-up. And they were like, I'm getting up on a semi-regular basis, getting laughs. I'm on a semi-regular. And I was like, the key is semi-regular. It has to be regular.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be more than regular.
Mm-hmm.
You can't write jokes in a vacuum. And even the people, YouTube stars people hate, like they're still creating that content, editing
Every
it,
week.
consistently putting it up. Like there is the consistency there. And I never want to be inconsistent.
Yeah. Those
So.
people who got really big back like when YouTube was first producing massive stars. We're doing like 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every week.
And you can tell the stuff that's like well done. It might not be funny, but it's still edited. It's still done. And, I always like to put out quality content. So I may not be the most famous person in the world, but I like to think that I'm standing behind the majority of what I put out. And I'm not just picking up my phone and being like, what up, you guys? So bored. Like I really try not to inundate my feed with anything that isn't funny or cute or salient or poignant. So
yeah,
that's it's about, that's it.
You're not listening to any motivational podcasts.
Because the truth is, and a friend of mine, John Levy, who was recently staying at my house, who's a behavioral scientist, was saying that there's actually no evidence. I think it was like to suggest that there is a pattern to success. I did an interview with Business Insider this morning and they asked me like, what's your advice? And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't make my bed. I don't get up by a certain time. Like there's no evidence to suggest that because some successful people do one thing one way, you should do it that way. Find what works for you. I find treating fans well, treating people well, being honest in business and working 2 times harder than the person next to me. That's just the speed at which I operate.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
What I lack in connectivity with the right people and genuine talent, I make up for in hustle. No, I'm pretty talented.
Pretty talented.
Yeah, pretty talented.
C. Fryman X3. Hi, Iliza and Baby Arm. Love the podcast. Listen to it every week while at work, and I usually have to stifle my laughter so as not to disturb my coworkers.
Fuck your coworkers.
So here's what I need advice on. But first, a backstory. Sorry, this is a little long. It's fine. It's not that long. My fiance and I are getting married November 14th of next year. One of my bridesmaids, who has been engaged for almost 2 years now, we'll call her Ella, has finally set her wedding date for September of next year, and I'm super happy for her. I'll be a bridesmaid in her wedding as well. After finding out that she set her date, one of her best friends, in quotes, who is also engaged, we'll call her Amanda, decided that she needed to set her wedding date too. Amanda mentioned to Ella that she was thinking November for her wedding. Ella told her not to pick the 14th, as that is my wedding day and she's in the bridal party. After finding out my date, she unfriends me on Facebook and then posts that her and her fiance will be getting married on November 7th next year. I know she did this just so she can say that Ella was in her wedding first because she hates that Ella has another best friend. Yes, those have been her exact words in the past. Apparently, we are now 12 years old and causing drama just to get attention. My question is, how do I handle this in future occurrences similar to this situation? Ella and I just want everyone to have fun at both of our weddings. That's what it should be about, celebration, not petty shit. We have a feeling that with this girl involved, it's not going to be that way. FYI, Amanda is not invited to my wedding, LOL, and this isn't the first time she's caused drama with other people for attention. Any advice would be appreciated.
First of all, fuck her. If you're not going to her wedding and she's not going to yours, it doesn't matter. People get married. People are getting married all around you at all times.
Yeah.
You seem to have the right attitude. This person, by the way, things change when you get married. You, of course, I still have my best friends and stuff like that, but your husband or your wife, whoever you're marrying, is now the person you're going to spend the most amount of time with. And it's not because you don't love your friends. Like things change. And this person will get married and I guarantee you her pettiness will like shift a little bit. But she probably, like, if that's how she operates, like she probably can't keep friends for very long. Let her have her wedding, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's nothing to handle.
Right. So if she's like, well, she was at my wedding first. Great.
Who cares?
I wonder why Ella is still friends with Amanda. Amanda sounds
That's
like
the other thing. It's tough for me when I have a friend who's friends with someone shitty and I'm like, really? You're just going to let it says more about your friend, Ella. than anything else, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing for you to handle. You're doing it right. You're going to have your wedding. That girl's not invited. She's fucking weird. And maybe your friend will stop being friends with her. You focus on your husband now and the couple of friends that you're going to keep because you're going to be just busy with being married.
Right. And you don't even, she didn't pick your wedding date. Like she picked earlier. So what?
That's
no
so
one's
weird.
Like bragging like she was my bridesmaid
That's
first.
So weird.
Everyone's going to be like, okay.
Plus, she unfriended you on Facebook, so you never have to look at the pictures.
Right.
I thought she was going to say that she picked the same date, in which case
did too, yeah.
I was like, your friend better pick your wedding.
Right.
So no, this girl is just awful. You don't have to like,
she wants.
You don't have to think about worrying about it. You're going to be married. You're going to have different families. You're going to have your own shit. You don't have time for this. You'll probably have a kid. It doesn't matter. This girl is so on her way out of your life. It doesn't matter.
Honestly, I mean, problem solved. Like
she did it for you. She unfriended you. It's cool. If your friend wants to stay friends with her, you might run into her at a birthday or something.
Yeah.
And she'll be fake as hell. She'll be like, hey, my wedding was amazing. It was a breakfast wedding. Who cares?
You know what? Brunch is great.
Girls like that tend to calm down after they get married.
Yeah. I think like she's not going to be like, this is my best friend. It'll be fine.
And when she sees like nobody cares, your friend though needs to sack up a little bit and be like, dude, what's your problem? She probably won't though. I hate when friends don't defend me because I defend everyone. But
sometimes it's not worth it.
It's not. That girl sounds like a crazy person.
If I'm with my crazy friend and she's like, I hate your other friend, I'm just like, all right.
You know what you do? Tell Ella to tell Amanda that you moved your wedding date to the 6th and just watch her fucking head explode. Just for the joy of the sheer joke of it.
Amanda moves her wedding to like the 5th.
Just see. Just for funsies. But don't actually, because you have a deposit, so don't actually move anything.
No.
All right.
Stacy_Liz_. Hi, Iliza and Baby Arm. I am a 22-year-old from Ohio. I recently got out of school and I am working as a realtor. I am having problems with my small town. Everyone sees me as the girl who played this or that sport with their daughter/son/grandkids. I'm struggling to get people to take me seriously. I've been to school and paid a lot of money to have a degree that people disregard. I struggle to prove my abilities because even with experience under my belt, I'm still constantly judged and written off for being young. Do I just have to suffer till the stigma goes away, which I'm worried won't in a small town, or is there something I can do? Love the pod.
It's both. Being young, no matter the industry, people are always going to be like, look, you're young. Money talks. So if you make some sales and like, I really think there's like some hustle to be done there. Like, by the way, there are people moving to your town, I'm assuming. Get in there, put out flyers. I'm the realtor. I'm the Sunnydale realtor. Or
a town for Buffy.
Yeah. Or just move.
I'm surprised that she's not able to leverage those relationships in houses.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It sounds, is realty what you want to do?
She had a degree in it that they're disregarding. I mean, I wonder if
get a degree in realty?
Maybe like a business. I don't know.
What are you at?
I don't know how it works, but I would want to leverage. Like, yeah, I played sports with your son, and I did a great job. I'm part of this town. I grew up here. I can sell your house.
Yeah, I would brand yourself. I would think about how do you separate yourself. I am the local realtor. Like, I know this town. I love this town. I get this town.
I've been in your houses at pizza parties after games.
Yeah. I know what you want. And if you don't believe me, here's all the work I'm willing to do. I mean, my realtor, I look at the amount of work this person does.
Yeah.
Show them. You are going to feel that are you a girl or a boy? I can't tell. I think regardless.
I'm guessing girl.
For girls, it's a little worse. Oh, so there you go. I don't want to assume gender. For girls, it's a little worse. You're going to feel written off no matter what industry you're in. Like if you're a young doctor, no one wants to hear from a young doctor.
No.
Nobody, because also you're going to be 30s because if you're 20s, then you're either Doogie Howser or you're lying. People always write off someone young. A writer, an actor, it's just in life. Like, oh, you're just young. You don't know.
Yeah.
You work through it and you find the people that will. Find other people that are your age that are buying homes.
Yeah. Push
through it. It's going to be this way in any business, any industry. And if this is what you love and this is the town that you love, you brand yourself. Use that as a negative. I'm young, so I know what's cool. I know what you like in this town. Like you said, I've been in your homes. I've touched your things. I know that you need this duplex.
Yeah, I feel like younger people are going to be buying things more than older people. now.
So get in there.
Yeah.
And there's always, I mean, if it's like a normal town, there's people moving in. You be the first one knocking on their door. Like, hey, I just want to welcome you. If you guys need anything. Oh, I guess they already have a house. We're knocking on the door.
Well, so the issue right now, I think, is probably not even necessarily that the people know her and think of her as young. It's like she just got out of school. She hasn't sold any houses yet. That's the issue.
Oh, she said she had sales under her belt.
Did she?
But you know what? Like,
lean into it.
And maybe expand your scope. Maybe there's like the town over you can do.
Experience under her belt.
Okay, so that's any industry. It doesn't matter. Nobody wants to give you a chance until you make it's a catch-22. You can't get chances without having succeeded at a chance, and you can't succeed at a chance without getting chances.
Right.
Make it for yourself. Put in the work. I guarantee you'll get something.
Yeah,
And
maybe
you build off that.
You get your first client, you take like a lower cut.
First client, throw a little party. Be like, I want to meet some new clients. You throw out cards. Whatever you have to do. You got to put in the work, baby.
Yeah.
Use the energy of being young that the old people don't have. Get out there and you sell those condos.
Use words they don't know.
Yeah, like dope and lit. And,
Tell them you're going to put their house on TikTok.
Tell them to put their house on TikTok and do a dance on Fortnite. What's one called? Like the Orange Jimmy or something?
I don't know what they're called.
No. All right.
I tried to play it and I was bad and it made me angry and I deleted it.
What it is.
It's like a King of the Castle type of game. I don't.
Whoa! I almost fell off my chair. All right, next question.
Poulette_McFly.
Is it poulet? Like chicken?
Poulet McFly. Hi, Iliza. I'm sending some love for you and your podcast all the way from Denmark.
Oh,
my question is as follows. How do I politely tell my coworker to stop being so damn loud? She pounds on that keyboard like it hurt her in a past life.
Maybe just get her a new keyboard. Go to the office administrator and be like,
some keyboards are way louder than others.
Yeah, it's like a PC, one of those clicky clack ones. It's tough because like that's the way that she types.
Yeah, and you can't, because I have a real problem with other people like breathing loudly or eating loudly. And I've been in office situations where it's like, if you tell someone like stop, like you're the jerk.
Yeah.
They're just living.
Get some noise canceling headphones. Again, Bose, really hope them to sponsor my podcast. Noise canceling headphones.
But it's hard. Sometimes you have to be able to hear for
sure.
For work. But
I would peek over and be like, you okay? She'd be like, what? Be like, you were clicking. You know, also maybe befriend that person. And then after about 2 or 3 years of friendship, once you've moved in together, you say,
them like, oh.
By the way, I want to tell you, you're very loud. You're very loud on your keyboard.
Well, because that's like, I can tell my parents, like, please stop breathing. Please stop. And they're like, why do you treat us like this? You wouldn't do this to anyone else. And I'm like, I know, because I can't tell a coworker to stop doing something. I can tell you. You
know what you could do? Find out if there's another coworker that feels the same way. And then the two of you sign a petition.
So rude.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Office politics are a tough one for me.
It's really tough. First, I would say investigate the keyboard. Like, is she over there? Because it says she pounds on it like it hurt her in a past life. Is she actually like, bah, bah, bah? Or is it just a bad keyboard?
Or just say, yeah, it could be, as I'm saying, go to the office administrator and be like, can we get her something else? Or just peek over and be like, you all right? You okay? She'll be like, why? I'd be like, you're just really loud.
Yeah.
Or just pop over in a very Danish way and say, you are being extremely loud. Please lower your click-clacking. Lower your flick-flacking.
You can also phrase it as like, I'm having a hard time focusing. Like, this is not on you. You want to really make sure
it's not the keyboard and that she's not like, there's something medically wrong with her.
Make sure you're hand.
Yeah. Make sure you're not the dick. Yeah. Don't look over and she's got a club hand. She's just hitting the F key over and over.
Oh, it's just tough. It's just something where I would just at my last job, like text my friend who was also a coworker, like, why is he doing this again? And she'd be like, I didn't notice it. And I'm like, I'm going to tear my ears off my face.
Yeah, get an ally. But moreover, hopefully our funny answer has been enough to distract you while you're at work.
Blast this.
We've done our job. Bye-bye.
Oh, boy. Okay. Nikki, 15655.
Right.
Hi, Iliza.
Yes.
I graduated with a master's in accounting last year.
Me too.
Been struggling to find something that pays the student loans. I'm currently working in accounting, but have a second job also. I'm considering getting my CPA, but I'm worried that I'll just be burying myself in more debt. Should I go ahead and do it and hope it pays off?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know where you live and I don't know how good you are.
Do you need a CPA to get the kind of job you want to get?
Yeah. Are you trying to do like hedge funding? I don't know.
How much more debt? Here's what you have to weigh out. How much more debt? What are your goals?
are they achievable?
Yeah.
Or do you just want, some people just want these degrees.
Yeah.
What's the job you want? What's the path to get there? And you're a numbers person, weigh out those pros and cons.
Look at the jobs that are currently in your area for CPA and not CPA.
Yeah. Are you willing to move? I think you need to factor in all these things. I always say take a chance and go for things. But if you are not getting that degree for a specific reason, getting higher education just to have it. I mean, there are people that have multiple degrees and they're poor as students because you're a lifetime student. So
but if it's like you're 300,000 in debt and the CPA would be 20,000 more, like maybe just do it.
Go for it.
But
for sure.
if you're like, if it would be substantial,
or if you can get a job where you're going to earn enough money, then it's totally worth it to be poor for now and then do it for later.
I wonder if CPA is that one of the ones where sometimes they'll like pay you to go to school at your job. Maybe
I think
not.
that's the army.
But like sometimes they'll pay for training.
Maybe. Certified public
Look
accountant.
into it.
I mean, I don't know that accountants make a ton. Personal business managers do. I know I pay mine fuck ton. So yeah, you got to weigh out those pros and cons. Is that annoying? Okay.
No, I just didn't understand what it was.
It's some stamps that a fan gave me, and they're vintage Canadian stamps. Desserts do Canada, and it's all these Canadian desserts. What?
Were they scented?
Oh. They smell like something, but I don't think it's Nanaimo bar, quintessentially Canadian.
That bar looks good. What is
the
it?
Nanaimo bars are tasty. I'm pretty sure it's like peanut
Flip
butter.
It over. What's in it?
Yeah, chocolate bar. But it doesn't say. It just says what it is. And then they've got Saskatoon berry pie, but then you got to go to Saskatoon. That's fine. Something called a blueberry grunt, very Canadian. Butter tart, tasty times, and a sugar pie. Oh,
sugar pie. I'm not excited about a fruit pie.
Canada, you have my heart. I love a fruit pie. You like a chocolate dump. I love a chocolate grunt dump.
No, I like a raspberry cookie, a croissant, but like a big pie with a hot fruit. Not a big fan.
Apple pie, tasty times.
I'll eat an apple pie, but it's
raspberry
not my first
pie,
choice.
Tasty times.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I think I made it up. Strawberry pie, yes please.
CV Wilson twin. Hi, Iliza, Emily, and Scott. I started dating a man a few months ago that I'm convinced is the one. He's 7 years older than me and has 2 children. This fact alone has sent my mom into a full-on tizzy.
Yeah.
She doesn't think I should even entertain the idea of dating him. I'm 26, so he is 33. She thinks I could find plenty of guys without baggage. How do I manage this battle with her? I'm trying to stay positive and happy, but it's difficult knowing she doesn't fully support my decision.
Yeah, your mom knows better.
Well, they just started dating a few months ago.
Yeah, the bloom is still on the rose. I have to be honest, like, I don't know how old those kids are. I doubt that they're that old. That's a lot. To be 26, I understand as you get older, it's like, people have already been married, they've got kids. It's not like you're 38 and you're like, I want a fresh one. I get it.
Right.
It could be love. That's a lot to take on when you have so much ahead of you.
I would be curious how much time she's spent with the kids already, because if you think he's the one, you better get in a lot of time with those kids and see if you do it early. Well, I mean, he probably doesn't want to introduce any random girl to his kids, but it's like, you want to see what the actual dynamic will be if you think you're going to be together forever.
But also it's like, do the kids live there? Do they live in another state? Do they just visit on holidays? That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy. You're probably having like fun vacation boyfriend time right now. And you got to know, do you want to be a stepmom at like 27? Think about it. I don't know how old those kids are. What's the ex-wife like? Is there an ex-wife?
Right.
So your mom, I think.
A lot of baggage.
Yeah, your mom's really just looking out for you. You're just starting out your little life, young one. He might be super hot, but there are others. You'll be okay. Or you're not hot, and he's the best you can do. I don't know.
Imagine, I'm 28. 26. Imagine if I was a stepmom right now.
You're kind of like a mother to me. You annoy me and I don't listen to you.
You don't listen to me.
Oh, you micromanage me.
I do micromanage you.
Yeah.
I need things from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Justine.amelia.87. Hi, Iliza and Emily. Iliza, I'm a huge fan. Hope to make it to your show next time you're in the DC, Baltimore area.
Fuck yeah.
Love your podcast and the dynamic that you and Emily have.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
My question is, What are your thoughts and feelings about people asking for donations for a charitable cause, e.g., breast cancer foundation?
I know what a charitable cause is.
Suicide prevention, addiction support.
I don't need examples.
Birthday on Facebook. I have such mixed thoughts.
I love that idea.
On one hand, it brings attention to good causes and probably gets people to donate who may not have.
Yeah.
I'm sure it may have inspired some people's close friends and acquaintances. On the other hand, I feel a weird pressure / obligation followed by guilt when I'm like, nope, and keep scrolling. I have guilt because I think to myself, you could give $5 to this cause. But conversely, I think I wouldn't spend money on this friend for their B-Day normally, so I do it now.
That's it.
Anyway, I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
That's it. If you would if you would get them a gift, they're asking for a donation in lieu of a gift. If you wouldn't get them a gift anyway, you don't have to think anything of it.
What's hard is I think for some of these, it's on Facebook. It's like become really popular in the last couple of years. I will get like alerts, like where people can like invite you to it. And I'm like, don't they invite me to give them money?
Stop.
And it's like,
don't let Facebook run your life. I never check my Facebook. You do it. Or I've just kind of like outgrown it.
Yeah.
There are people who like their lives are run by their Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what your answer is? Like, oh, I'm just not on Facebook that much. I didn't see it. Or it's your money.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer it. We have a problem in our society with getting mad at people for not giving to the cause we want at the moment. So it's like, oh, how could you not give to this? I'm like, okay, cool. Did you give to cystic fibrosis last year? Because I did. Like, it is your money and your choice. And she doesn't know what other things you're giving to. By the way, $5, by the time the taxes are out of that, it's $2.50. It's worthless.
It's one of those things. I get invited to a lot of those.
I guess there's no taxes, but still.
That's not where a lot of people's things, that's not where I choose to give my money. I choose to give my money to animal organizations. And, you only have so much.
You only have so much
discretionary income. Like, I can't help everybody.
Yeah. Anybody that shames you over that, they don't know what else you do.
Right.
Like, if like I've had like horrible women be like, you're not a good feminist. And I'm like, so all the money I gave to Planned Parenthood, anything I gave to like the NAACP, not NAACP, what's ACLU, or Black Lives Matter, or fundraising stuff or money for animals.
Stuff,
I'm like, so you're saying because I didn't give to the right thing and say the right thing at that time, everything else I've done doesn't count? How fucking dare you?
And I think that this Facebook thing, it's much better than like, there was a real trend that seems to have died down, or everyone I know already did it, of like GoFundMes, and people would be like, I'm making my CD, and just repeatedly text it to me like, are you going to donate? And I was like, I really can't. Like, I told a couple of people like, I'm financially not in a position, because that makes them uncomfortable if you're just like, I don't have the money to do
balls
this.
On them to ask like that.
To have already sent it to me and then be like, hey, so just following up.
No.
I'm like, excuse
the answer is no.
me.
No. And you can always ignore it.
Yeah.
You're fine. If you were going to get them a gift, then that's an awesome thing to do. I am so humbled when my fans, instead of gifts, send me that they donated to an animal organization or whatever. Even if it's a disease I don't talk about.
Yeah.
Like, we made a donation in your name to American Heart Association.
Yeah,
Great. It's all good.
Yeah.
But that's it. If you're going to give them a gift, you should get them that. And if you weren't going to, don't worry about it. Facebook does not run your life. Just turn it off.
I will say there's a PS on this. I can't remember where I saw the picture, maybe Insta or your documentary, but I saw a pic where it looked like you were a flower girl in your dad's wedding. No, this was your book, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe also your documentary. I wore a nearly identical flower girl dress for my aunt's wedding in 1993, emerald green and black with poofy 90s sleeves.
Oh my God. Yes. And you know what? There was this store in Dallas called Animal Crackers. And it was like the place to get your clothing. It was very expensive, but I think I got a dress from there. It might have been a different dress. Anyways, that was the dress. And I wore leggings under it because I was like, you never know when you're going to have to start running or climb a tree. I wore leggings under dresses for several years.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like I did that as a kid too.
Dad wedding dress, marrying your dad one step at a time.
See me, I'm BB. Not so much an advice thing, but what's your take on people who recline their seats on airplanes? Rude, not rude? You
Not
travel
rude.
a lot. I think it's unacceptable as someone who travels once a year. I don't care if you have the option. Don't do it to me.
No, you got to recline your seat. You are not even sitting at a right angle. You are sitting at like an 86-degree angle because those seats are so ergonomically fucking unsound.
Never in my life have I reclined a seat.
Okay, well, it shows because you are an asshole. No, it's I paid for that seat. It has the ability to recline.
Pay for the space behind.
Yes, I did. I paid for the range and the scope that seat reclines, the full reclining range.
I understand, but knowing.
So should I not eat because it smells in the airplane if they're serving that food?
You can either.
I paid for it.
You got me, but
Shing!
but When it is truly, it's always like a giant man in front of me. I always sit on the aisle.
His size has nothing to do.
I'm just saying, like, he's taking up a lot of space. I'm sure he's like my knees, whatever. But it's always like I have the seat like in my face.
Look,
now.
nobody said Coach was fun. I'm sorry. Like that's what it is. They're trying to cram as many people.
Yeah.
And you can always recline your seat. Who it sucks for is the person in the back if theirs doesn't recline.
Remember that one time that I bought you that seat that was against a wall in a plane and we didn't know? And then you sent me a picture and you were like pressed up against a wall. And I think about it sometimes.
I've suppressed that memory.
Good. Keep it away. Don't remember it.
It's the thing where it isn't as if they're breaking an agreement where the seat isn't supposed to recline. That seat has been purchased knowing full well that they own that space.
I just would never.
I think that, no, I mean, those things are designed to go down. Nobody said airline travel was always going to be awesome. And by the way, if you're the one that wants to recline, then it's a different story.
But I'm also the chump that always gets sucked in. On the last like 4 flights I was on, had someone ask to switch seats with me from my aisle to a middle. And every time there was like a baby or someone crying where I was like, but every time there was like someone looked they were going to throw up. So I was like, I'll move. Because they're like, I'm so anxious. I can't.
That's not.
And I was like, okay,
you bought
I'll
this
move.
seat. You had the foresight to pick your seat. You got to be firm. Be like, I'm sorry, I get sick too. And that's why I picked this. You can do that. Oh, the best. Oh my God. I had to take a Southwest flight, which is just like a giant bus, and you can't save seats.
No.
You can't save seats.
You gotta get there early.
But that being said, if I'm in boarding group A and my husband is on this flight with me,
you're gonna save a seat for him.
I'm gonna save a seat for him. What was it? So there's if you're, I think that there's just like certain rules or whatever. And I got on the plane and what was it? I had my seat. Yeah, I had my seat and he was boarding like moments after me. He was, like I was like A1, he was like A31.
Yeah.
And this guy came to sit down. Oh, what was it? It was like he was like, "Oh, I'm saving a seat for," and he sat down. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta say." He's like, "Well, I'm saving a seat for my cousin." And I just looked at him. And it was my first time. I go, "My husband is with me," and they moved. It was the thing. Was like, yeah, my relationship trumps yours. Plus, he's getting on, and I don't know where the fuck your cousin is. Airline travel's brutal. But Emily, you need to be like, this is my seat. I picked it. You paid for it.
I was so scared. I would rather sit in a bad seat rather than spend 5 hours worrying about being barfed on because truly this person looked catatonic.
What if you were yeah, but they did that on purpose.
Maybe. But when the girl asked me like, oh, I got to, and I was like, I said to her really loudly, are you serious? And she was like, yes. And then I got up and then I went up sitting next to a baby and the baby was a delight. And I talked to the baby the whole time. So it turned out okay. But you know what? When I go home for Christmas, no one's taking my seat.
Yeah.
Unless they look like they're going to barf.
Jody Miller and I were on a flight one time and we were both single. And I think you're very sensitive to how other women treat you when you're single. And you are often looked at. That's why I'm very kind to single moms and single women because people look at you like a fucking pariah.
Yeah, you're ready to help a baby on a flight.
No, I'm not. But
you've helped some moms.
Sure. Oh yeah. But not that.
You're not looking out for it, but if they need help.
Get on the flight. We were sitting together, and we barely said anything to this bitch of a flight attendant. Said nothing. Like she was like doing a bunch of stuff, and I said, "Oh, excuse me," and it was something. And she turned to us and goes, "Excuse me, right now." I'm trying to make sure that itty bitty babies get sat with their mommies and daddies. And she framed it like what she was really saying was right now I'm just dealing with some families.
Yeah.
But the way she framed it made us, and independently we both felt this way, made it feel like, listen up, you two single traveling whores. You're keeping families apart.
Right.
And to this day, I just look at Jodie, I'll be like, itty bitty baby. She's like, itty bitty babies with mommies and daddies, not you.
But it's like, in what world was a baby going to be seated separately?
I think it was like there was children and the kid
like
got separated
ones,
or something. Itty bitty babies with their mommies and daddies. Right now,
I'm saying mommies and daddies to you, an adult.
That's what I'm focused on. You gypsy single whore siren harpies trying to keep them away on your fuck trip. These are real families. Get out of here. What I really heard was these are Christian families. Get your Jewish whore ways out of my. That's what I mean.
Were they first class and you were back in steerage with me?
I don't remember where I was. I just remember she was so. All I said was, "Excuse me," out of the gate. Right now, my focus. I'm like, you don't work for fucking FEMA,
right?
All right. I don't even know what I was asking her for, and we both felt really bad.
I feel like I've only ever had flight attendants be so nice or so horrible. Like I've never had someone just in between doing their job.
I have. I get all kinds.
You fly all the time.
I fly a lot.
I fly
So-
twice a year, and I'm always like, either they're like, "Are you okay? Why are you crying at 4 Christmases again?" Or they're like slamming me with the cart, like, "We told you to move."
Yeah, they're just trying to get their job done. Nothing will incense a flight attendant more than her realizing she was wrong. I asked a flight attendant once, I was like, my seat, by the way, when you pay for a first class seat, like, and the seat doesn't work, like, you're livid. Cause it's like, you guys
You
gutted
paid
me
so much money.
so much, and it wasn't and moving. And she was like, you need to just push it hard. I was like, I am. It just won't go back. And she was like, if you want, I can try. So I got up and she had to sit down and throw her back against it. And she goes, see, it does go. And I said to her, I go, is that what I, as the client, that's what I'm expected to do? Throw my back against it? And she
Yeah.
just like looked at me. I was like, your shit's broken, lady.
Yeah.
Move the fuck on.
I do. I live in fear of my little TV not working because that's all I have.
Oh, they don't care. You'll get like a meal voucher. They don't
I don't
care.
need that. I need to watch movies. I need to cry.
You can just download them to the tablet and stream on your tablet. You can watch Thor Ragnarok on a 2-inch screen the way it was meant to be watched.
I love watching a movie that I wouldn't have gone to the theater for, but like
Totally.
I watch and just pressing my face right up against it.
You know how many episodes of Blackish I've watched? Just streaming. I love it. I watch the new Will and Grace. I watch everything.
Oh, did you see the pictures of her dressed up as Lucille Ball? Really
Yeah.
good.
Real
really good.
Deborah Messing. I know you're a fan.
Amazing.
Come get on my podcast.
He's
That's fun.
just busy.
She's busy.
Okay. Scarlet Trinity. Advice on how to deal with being a friend that's constantly on the periphery of friend groups. I'm not someone people tend to call or text to do things
Oh, I've been that
and
friend.
feel I'm always the one to put in the work. I'm not lame because I invite people out to do things, but the usual answer I get is already busy. I'm just not someone people think about because I'm not a founding member of any of my friend groups. It's hard to make new friends in your 30s, why I started going to the gym, by the way. But people have besties they've known forever. I just want to feel included and not be the one putting in all the work to hear from anyone.
I know how you feel.
Tough.
It's tough, but you know what? If you're saying that these people had best friends forever, there are other people like you out there. There are other people who will have the same schedule as you, will have the same interests as you. You just got to look a little harder. And you know what? If it makes you feel bad, I always talk about how stop putting in the work and let people give them a chance to invite you. But if they're truly not, it might not be personal, but like they just might not be your friends in the way that you want them to be. And you need to find more friends.
And maybe instead of the effort you were putting into keeping those friendships
Yes.
alive, put that into making new friends.
Yes.
There's like the Bumble friendship app, the gym is a great idea. I mean, it's kind of hard to talk to people, maybe in the classes.
Yeah, maybe that, or charities, or just like a park. You bring your dog or something. I totally get how you're feeling right now. I kind of always felt that way with this one group of friends where like they were already friends and I was kind of brought in, but I don't think they don't really support me or my projects. And there's never any, I see them always effusively posting about each other and I'm cool with them, but it's never going to be like, Iliza, we love you. And I'm the first one at like the slightest hint of feeling excluded. I go the other way. I'm like, oh, you didn't invite me to your party? It's okay. I'm already in China doing something else, even alone. All it takes is just find one other friend. The rejection factor is so real. Put in that effort to finding, there are plenty of people all around you that feel the way you do. I know how you feel. Sweet girl. It's a shitty feeling, but you will find your tribe. I promise you.
It's
They're there.
Continually evolving. Like it's fine if the people you're friends with right now aren't who you're friends with next year.
I am that girl, by the way. I'm constantly evolving. I only have time for friends that give back. I have my best friend Michelle and Jody, and then a couple of women that I like talk to randomly, but I don't have that like core group because I chose to like go off and do my career, which was a solo sport, or I didn't. So there are people to be found that are the same way as you.
Yeah.
I totally understand how you feel. You're not alone. You're okay.
Yeah.
We're right here for you.
Johnny Marr Jr. Dear Iliza, love the podcast. Loved Elder Millennial. Hello, Emily. If you could set up Emily, aka Baby Arm, with any person living or dead, who would it be and why?
On a date or just set her up to like talk to them?
I guess.
As your employer?
Who's my dead person that I should be with forever?
As your employer, I cannot
Albert
inquire.
Einstein.
What? He was married.
Was he?
Yeah. As your employer, I cannot inquire about your sexual preferences. And I don't want to put you on the
Who
spot.
do you want me to be with? Who do you want me to bring over to your
Anyone.
house?
Anyone. I just want to know that you're not going to
garbage
choke in your sleep. I'm like your mother. I'm like somebody.
Like when Liz Lemon had to give herself like the Heimlich on that chair.
Yes. Miranda Hobbs also. on Sex and the City.
What's a dead person I should be with?
I don't know. There's so many dead people. Roy. Like, there's so many dead people. I don't know. I know what movies you like. I know, like, you think there's some.
Like Paul Rudd.
Okay, so it's a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Why'd you look at me weird? Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Paul Rudd. But he's like a little older.
He only died recently.
He's alive.
Okay.
It's alive or dead.
You would like, if it's a man.
Ryan Reynolds. I would marry Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and we could send their children to an orphanage.
There it is. This is why I don't know about you. And I don't want to know because I love you. I don't care if you identify as a couch. I can tell you honestly, in terms of, I identify as a much taller, thinner woman. So
you looked very tall the other day, yesterday.
I felt tall. Thank you so much for noticing. You would be best suited with like a 90s rom-com, teen rom-com, like Devin Sawa or like the kid that died.
River Phoenix or
No.
Corey Haim?
Nope, not even that. Oh, I don't
who
remember
else
now.
died?
There was one that died.
Oh, God.
But you need someone, like there's like heartthrobs, but like you're a smart girl.
Yeah.
You're a little curmudgeon-y, but I think you need a guy that would like kind of take you out of
one of those Hallmark movies where I'm a busy businesswoman and I go back to my hometown and some guy like owns a Christmas tree store and he's like, I just got to keep my business going.
And you're like, I'll do your QuickBooks.
I'll do your Twitter.
Yeah.
Keep your Christmas trees alive.
Susie's social media. Like I'm trying to think.
There's so many of
those. A very
those.
technical Christmas.
And then the man also is like Santa's son. And he's wearing like a lumberjack shirt.
Yeah, because you're also pretty liberal.
I will say that the last time I was in Boston, my dad's from there. Well, from like Worcester. My Nana's there. Like we went to visit. And there was just like the grossest guy at like a car shop next to our hotel. And he was talking. I was like, why am I so into that accent? Like a Boston, like a trash
You
Boston
love a
accent.
towny accent. You're a small town girl. Whoa, this is the most insight. 5 years you've been my employee? 5 years? 4 years?
4 years.
4?
At least.
And this is the most we've ever
insight.
talked about your love life. Because I don't want you to sue me.
I just remember hearing it and being like, oh, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh, you like hot garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think, and so I often wonder about you. Like, would you like a nerd?
Yeah. But I think I've told you, I want to be king of queens and I want to be Doug and I want someone
you've
so
never
much
told me
more
this. And it's so weird that it's not like a metaphor. You mean the TV show.
Yes. I want someone so much more attractive than me that everybody's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just like gross. And I work for UPS.
You are some of those things.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I want. That's my dream.
You need to work for UPS and be gross.
Yes.
You need to move out of LA and you can have that. I definitely, the rest of the country you see where you're like hot dude.
Find the hottest person in Worcester.
Yeah, get out there. You can do
what if I work remotely from Worcester? Okay, Rebecca Minkoff's assistant is working remotely from Chile.
I know, that's she must really love her. She told me that.
It's on the podcast.
Shout out to your Chilean assistant. But I wonder, like, are you on dating apps?
Yeah, I go on and then I get mad and I get back off because everybody messages horrible things and I get very angry.
What does your dating app picture look like?
It's like multiple pictures.
Oh my God, you guys, she's letting me in.
Everybody messages the worst thing or they're just like, hey, okay,
that's
here's
dating. Okay.
Danny. Oh, I never replied. When was this? Hey, Emily, WID tonight.
He's cute. WYD, what do you do?
What are you doing tonight?
Oh,
I'm never going to want to do a plan tonight. I need it to be in the future.
That's fair. You know what? You are a woman. You know what you're worth and you set your boundaries. Right back to him. Well, the ultimate power move is right back to him after tonight and be like,
this was on the 22nd.
I fucked with a hot dude. What did you do?
This was on November 22nd.
Right back.
It's now the 27th.
Be like, I have no Thanksgiving plans. Want to hang out?
Can
I come to your family's house? Can you make me a bed in the corner?
Is named B, which isn't a name.
He wrote to you?
Yeah.
That guy's hot, Emily.
That was also the 22nd. I must have gone on the 22nd. All right, back.
Do it now.
Later.
That dude's hot. Give me the phone. Oh my God, this is the best. Dude, that dude is hot. Didn't you tell me when I was a guy once who was a comic? And he like asked to stay on your couch?
And I didn't realize and then he kept talking about comedy and I was like, oh no.
No, that's not going to be good. Let me see. I won't fuck with your phone.
I'm trying.
Jody always gives me hers and I always swipe right on like the oldest dudes.
The oldest dudes.
I'm like, what's that? He's a saxophone player from the Bay Area? Swipe. Give me.
Oh Hold on.
We're on a podcast.
I know. This is the worst
You're just
thing
saying,
to have
can
on a
we see
podcast.
it, please?
What?
Please.
I'm
Let me
replying.
read. Give it to me. Well, let me touch your phone.
I don't want you
I
to
can't
touch my
read
phone.
that.
Why can't you read? He said aloha, train to Busan for sure, which means I must have said something about movies in my profile.
Have you been to South Korea?
No, but it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a zombie movie on Netflix.
All right, keep going.
That's good.
Okay.
I also have no idea who that photo is, who that woman is at the Oscars, and your photo is. LOL. How's your weekend?
Who's the woman in your photos?
Julie Roberts.
That dude is hot.
Okay,
What is
I'm
wrong with
replying.
you? It's not like I haven't even seen you. The 22nd? What were you doing all day?
I think I'll like log in at like 11 p.m. at night and swipe a bunch of people and then not look at it again.
You're part of the problem.
I don't know.
You're a bad person.
Okay, next question.
Okay, the answer is Emily's doing fine, just swinging on these hoes, leaving hearts broken in the streets.
Time to meet up with people.
Yeah, you do.
No,
you do.
I get home when I'm tired.
You know,
They're like,
I would say go
what are you
early
doing
for a
tonight?
date.
And I'm like, it's
And
already
you get off work
nighttime.
at 5:30, and you don't have to move your
I
body
gotta
all
go
day.
back to Burbank.
Oh my
I gotta
god!
feed my
I
cat.
feel like I'm your mother. Like as much as you mother me, like, don't you want to give me grand kittens? All right, so
I
the
wish I
answer
could get
is
a kitten.
Emily's a nightmare and wreaking havoc on the single
But I
population.
think
These are hot dudes, and
a
you're just
man
like,
in a
I don't know.
Hallmark movie who has a Christmas tree store.
Okay, cool. See you when you're 80, surrounded by doilies, because that's never happening. Next question.
Spaghetti _ royalty.
We're revisiting this. The second this goes off, I'm looking at that. And I'm going to look at your profile.
We have things to do when this goes off. In a world where the definition of gender is evolving, do you think comedy needs to evolve to be less girls are like this, boys are like this?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
In a world where definition of gender is evolving, do you think comedy needs to evolve to be less girls are like this, boys are like
That is
this?
a direct attack on my act.
I don't-
No, and here's why. I'm speaking from my own experience, and I am speaking to what we based on. Look, you can identify as whatever, but you're going to have certain proclivities if you are more masculine or you are more feminine. And that is chemical based. Oxytocin being released in women makes you want to bond more. Men, by the nature of wanting to spread their seed, will have different habits than women who are the ones that have to hold on to that seed. So, yes, of course. You know, and by the way, I'm not getting up there saying like, here's what trans people do.
You're speaking about a type of person, not even necessarily like all women, but a certain type of woman who is constantly messaging you like, that's me.
And who I feel like.
Right.
So no,
It's
I
your
never
experience.
and I never assume to, and I never say that I'm speaking on behalf of, gay people or anything like that.
Right.
People want you to say everything for everyone, but when you do, it's like, well, don't assume.
Mm-hmm.
But by and large, here we are in the 21st century, and it's kind of been established that certain people do certain things, and if it wasn't right, people wouldn't be laughing, and I wouldn't have this house. So I know I'm saying something that's right. It's not about putting people in boxes, but I'm also poking fun at it. I'm saying like women do this and I'm part of this. Isn't this horrible? I'm not saying look how horrible women are and we should get them.
I think when they talk about comedy evolving, it's like, it's not that you need to change what your perspective is, but that there will be more comedians from different backgrounds,
Which is
sharing
fine
their
too.
perspective.
Great.
Like, that should be the evolution.
That should be it, because I can't speak about what it's like
No.
to be trans. I can
Right.
sympathize with how difficult that journey might be.
Yeah.
And people hopefully will be open-minded to laughing at those things. But like I get gay guys that come to my shows and love all the girl jokes. Lesbians come, they love the. So it's when you come into my audience, you're looking at life through my lens, and you can
Yes.
choose to identify with that or not. And by virtue of the fact that I have fans of all different shapes, sizes, and genders and colors means I'm still commenting on human conditions. Because at the end of the day, if you strip away the gender, we're still left with very human emotions. And we all identify as human. If you don't, you're a fucking weirdo. It's true.
That you know
she
about.
hurt an android's feelings.
Do you know about?
Joke's on you. They don't have feelings.
Do you know about otherkin?
Yes. No.
People that identify as like wolves and stuff.
Okay,
They'll
you're
be
not
like
a wolf.
wolfkin,
Okay.
whatever. There's like very sad documentaries, and it's just
Cool.
It's
I
a lot of
identify
high
as
schoolers. That
I
are
identify as
just
super hot. Like whatever. I don't want to.
bananas.
You know what?
Okay.
Identify as whatever you want.
Right.
Don't hurt anyone, and make sure you contribute to society.
Yeah.
So
there
I
you
don't
go.
care if you're a porcupine.
But don't like meow at me.
You can meow at me.
I don't like that. Okay. Sarah Smeast This sounds weird, but if you had a cult/religious following, what would be the first rule or requirement for someone to be a part of it, and what would it be called? I feel like this
Oh my God. This is right up my alley. What was the first rule?
Okay, first rule. So requirement for someone being in it, and what would it be called?
Okay. You have to contribute to society. That's the first
more
rule.
specific than that.
Okay. No cutting in line.
Great.
The first rule is, because I've always thought about starting a cult.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't name the cult after yourself because then it looks like it's a selfish thing when I'm really just trying to make society better.
Yeah, like the Moonies or like the...
First rule of the cult. Well, no, I like my rule. Everybody has to contribute in a meaningful way. Like no mooching.
Okay.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Get it done. Okay. We'd be called the Nikes. And we'd all wear our Nikes and we'd drink a Kool-Aid and we'd all lay down and ascend to another planet.
The Nikes.
I don't know. We'd all be called the Tiny Tips. I'm looking at a picture of the dog. Could do any of these things. We'd all be called the Party Goblin Conglomerate. I don't know.
Goblin is like a very scary name for a cult, even with the word party.
Or maybe it's an acronym. Give others basic living institutions now.
So you're just trying to get like affordable housing.
I'm just really big on like you shouldn't put your problems on other people and we should all contribute to society. And if you can't, then there is something you can do. People need to be given purpose. I think purpose is a key to longevity, community, things like that. People need to feel like they're part of something. How about no assholes? Mm-hmm. If you're the kind of person that starts a private club, I'm starting my own private club where only nice people are allowed. Nice people only. How's that? One of the biggest compliments I get, and I get often, is that how nice all my friends are. I don't allow assholes. We're all nice to each other. You know, if I say I love you to a male friend, it's not weird.
Yeah.
You know, we're all nice and we all really care. There's no passive aggressiveness. There's no frenemies. Mm-hmm. No frenemy zone. There you go. We're all actually here and it can be empowering. Women helping each other and none of that bullshit where people talk about it but don't actually want to help.
No men?
No, there's women too. I just meant from the women's side.
Okay.
And dudes, we're all here to like learn and grow. No attacking for asking questions.
What's the clothing situation? White robes?
Everybody's naked.
Sweatsuits?
Everybody's naked so I can squeeze your body.
Oh.
No, everybody's not naked. Come as
horrible.
You are. Whatever makes you comfortable. And if you're a woman dressing in a really tight clothes, we won't judge you for that if that's what makes you feel good. But you should just know you're probably doing it so a man will look at you, which is fine. I don't feel threatened by that. We can all get our eggs fertilized at the omelet bar.
Lucy_Rogers 1601. Hi, Liza. I am 19 years old and have still not had my first kiss. I was really shy all through my teens, and even now that I'm a bit more confident as a person and am at university, I still feel too nervous to approach someone if I like them and end up treating them as a friend. For example, I fancied 2 girls at the start of uni, but we're all now friends and living together.
It's a girl.
I'm pretty sure I'm bi, but without any experience, that's hard to be sure about. Can you please give me some advice on how to get over my nerves and make a move? Let's look this person.
Maybe get on like a dating app or something. Do you want to make okay, so you're a girl, so that's different than a girl making a move on a boy.
Right, because it's like easy to be friends.
Do you have to make the move? Can't you put yourself in a situation where the other person might make the move or find out if that person likes you?
It's a girl.
Yeah. Or find out if that person likes you. Also, like, here's the thing. There's some rules to life. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're with a girl or a boy, but let's say because boys are like down. Like you can just lay one on them. They're fine. It's fine. If they like you. And even then they'll be like, okay,
comedian encourages sexual
They'll probably
assault.
still have sex with you. I don't know anything about lesbian dating other than it seems like there's a lot of pit bulls involved. A lot of moving in right away. But I can tell you this. Typically, especially in college, if you're spending time alone with someone else who's cute and they're willing to like hang out late night.
I don't know. That's tough. In uni, they're friends and living together. I think those two are off the table.
Yeah. Because that's weird. But I'm saying other than that, like if somebody's willing to like leave a party with you. Yeah. Now, boys, I'm not saying this about girls. Like she just might want to hang out. Like just be careful. The rule is if you physically could hurt that person, if you could rape them, then you got to rethink this. Mm-hmm. But if it's 2 girls, not that women can't rape, I'm just saying. Let's say you're at a party and you're like, throw it out. Let's say you're at a party and you're just like, oh, I'm going to get out of here and go grab a drink. If that girl's like, I'll go with you, she probably thinks you're cute.
I mean, I don't know. Like if you wouldn't if somebody asked you that and you were out and about, you wouldn't probably assume if it was a girl that they were into you. You'd be like, oh, this girl wants to be my friend.
I guess I'm assuming that you know that other girl's gay or bi.
It sounds like this person says, I'm pretty sure I'm bi, but not sure. Like, I don't know if it's like an open thing or she's just like,
Look,
oh, I'm friends with this girl. I think she's cute.
This is tough, yeah, because I don't
It's
know.
tough.
I don't know about that radar.
Yeah.
I can tell you, as a straight girl with boys, like there are little conversation things you can put in there. Listen for like if they bring up that they're single. If they bring up like, oh, I haven't made out with anyone in a while. Like things like that you wouldn't bring up. Think about what you wouldn't want to say around someone that you thought was unattractive. Like
Right.
I wouldn't, if I was with a guy that I didn't think was cute, I would not bring up that I was horny. I would not bring up that I hadn't made out with someone in a while. I wouldn't talk about my relationships.
Right.
I would be like, yeah, there's this one guy I like. So like listen for the little cues that they're giving you to be like, hey, take this further.
I wonder if this girl also needs to cue that she's into girls. Like either.
Get a shirt made.
No.
Just get a shirt made that says you in, question mark.
No. Give.
One rule for sure, and Emily's right. The roommates are off the table.
Yeah.
Because you're going to fuck one of them and then you got to see him the next day.
But it seems like she was like into them and then they just became friends because she didn't know how to push it in a different direction.
But even if you're still living
Right.
with them
So
and
it's too late
weird.
for them, but we don't want every cute girl she meets to be her roommate.
By the way, like talk to a friend and be like, I think I'm bi. Like, do you know any cute girls? And like put yourself in a situation where
Right.
you'll be around other women who you know are up for grabs.
Yes.
Versus like just going to goat
friends
yoga.
at a party. Yeah. Go to a gay bar or a
But isn't there like some sort of visual
meetup
coding?
or,
I remember at my wedding, Michelle, my best friend who's gay and married to a woman. I was trying to think of like if there's like a better way to put that. No, she's gay. Maybe she's bi. I don't know. She's married to Grace. Anyway, she was like, I'm gonna shave my head for the wedding. And like not wanting to give her the satisfaction. I was like, fucking do it then. I don't care. She was like, maybe I'll just save the under part, like so when you put the ponytail up. And my mom goes, what is that about? Is that some sort of signal? You go to a lesbian bar, you put your hair up, other lesbians see you're a lesbian. And Michelle was like, I guess I hadn't thought about it, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like there's like little tough girl things that girls do that I don't really know about just as an outsider looking in. Little lesbian signals, little bisexual signals. Maybe it's a faux hawk. Maybe it's suspenders.
But be careful because I feel like if you Google, there's just like, if you have a napkin in this pocket,
Right.
it means you're down a clown.
That's
And
like
it's
a swingers
what?
party thing.
Right. But it's, you never know.
It sounds like you need to get to know what will become your people a little bit better. And that's what college is for, by the way.
Right. And this girl doesn't know if she's bi. So,
figure it out.
go on a dating app, go on some dates.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you can like get involved in people you're seeing on the streets.
Yeah. If you think you're bi, you definitely, give a couple smooches. Give a couple kisses.
All right. Are you ready for Top of the Cob?
Hit it.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob.
My top of the cob. Oh, this is so exciting. I was at the farmer's market with a smoky man and we stopped at this one fruit stand and they had dried jujubes. Now, up until that moment, I thought a jujube was a candy.
Yeah. Is it not?
Turns out it is also candy, but it's a Southeast Asian fruit called a jujube. And they had dried jujubes and I ate one. It's related to a date. They're very dry. And it's like this nutty, caramel, fluffy, dense thing. And the Asian girls that work on because they're all different kinds of Asian.
Is it a
It's a fruit.
fruit?
And I asked them and all the Asian girls were like, oh yeah, my grandma puts them in her soup. She's like, they're really healthy. They're not really healthy. Every culture has their food that they're like, it's so good for you. I'm like, no, you have it and you eat it.
Yeah.
But they're fine. And there's something like no carbs in it or something, but it's still a fruit. So it's just as healthy as any other
Sure,
fruit.
yeah.
But I'm obsessed. And everybody at my Thanksgiving got one little jujube with their name on like a little tag on their plate.
Oh, that's cute.
They're delicious. And they're probably pretty hard to get.
Do
But
they have a seed?
they got a big pit in the middle.
Are you going to warn everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Dried jujube is where it's at. I'm obsessed with them.
Okay.
That's my new top of
That's
the cob.
fun.
I love them.
That's fun.
Every Asian person listening to that is like, yeah, dude, we know. Well, white people over here just found them. And by white people, I mean me.
You gave you gave a bite to those girls who were
Only
over.
a bite. I didn't want to give a whole one.
I know, but they were still talking about it. They were like, "Oh, that was fun."
Dried jujube. You come to my house, I give you durian, dried jujube.
Yeah,
I
you
am
prank
Southeast
them
Asian.
and then
Yeah.
you give them something,
And then I
nice.
reward them. What's your top?
Cocoa. Hot cocoa is such a good beverage.
You're the worst at this. You're like,
You
I like
said
breathing.
a jujube.
You don't know what a jujube was. Everybody knows. Everybody likes hot cocoa.
But it's not something that you think about that often, especially in LA. It doesn't get that cold, but when it's raining and you're like, yeah.
You can buy the Swiss Miss makes like a variety pack. There's like, or it's like Lando Lakes or something. You can get like white chocolate, Mexican hot chocolate,
What?
caramel.
I got like 99-cent like store brand.
I'll get you some. I'll get it at the store. I'll write it down. Cocoa. I'll write it on my hand.
It's just a fun treat. You can put marshmallows in there
Tasty.
to however you want.
You gotta have a lot of marshmallows.
Yeah.
My bottom of the cob is faux Instagram enthusiasm. I think a lot of times, and it's, you put messages out there because it's the message you want to hear.
Yeah.
Like, don't let anyone take it away from you. Go for your dreams. Or these like inspirational ones where the person's like, the Lord is putting a blessing on you. And then it's like, but you're probably an asshole. Like the people that give these motivational speeches, then you watch their videos and they're just mean. And it's all very like pointed.
Right.
It's like, if a bitch is going to text me, then I'm going to text her back. And it's like, whoa, I thought we were giving like a Sunday sermon.
No.
I think everybody's like a little full of bullshit and all these like aphorisms and motivational things. And you're just like, yeah, but you're just hungover. I think everybody's full of shit.
I mean, it's hard not to, when I'm on social media, it's like, I don't want to be false fake, but I also don't want to be like false grumpy. I try to stay away from that as well, because I feel like when I'm posting, it's usually just something like, here's my cat. And I don't want everything to be self-deprecating, but that's just what I trend towards. So I try to think about it and like not, because that's not fun for people to look at.
Also, if it's authentic, like if that's how you're feeling, great.
Right.
People then brand you as that. I think there are times where like I'm feeling really great and I want to say something positive. Mm-hmm. But I really feel like at the end of the day, like if that's actually how you felt and that is what you want to put out into the world and you work toward it.
Put it out there.
Yeah. So you're allowed to have, even though those people are allowed to have different emotions, but I do feel a lot of time it's like just so I can make money off Instagram. And I really don't like that. I can sense inauthenticity from a mile away.
Yeah.
What's your bottom of the crap?
People knocking on my door. It's unacceptable. My neighbor knocks on my door.
But aren't
always asking for a favor. He asked me the other night if I would drive him to his friend's wife's house because he thought that she was cheating and he wanted to just sit outside her house for an hour and watch. And he's like, I'll pay you. And I was like, no. And he goes, she knows all my trucks, so I can't drive my truck. And I was like, it's 9 p.m. at night. No. And he's like, next week, I'll come back and ask you later. And I was like, please don't. And now every day I'm in my apartment scared he's going to come back because he will knock on my door. Then he'll come up to my window, which is partially open, and he'll knock on my window and be like, hello? Hello?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, and we're making eye contact and I'm sitting on the couch like,
God. That's a
so
real
upsetting.
bottom of the couch. Jesus.
So upsetting.
Well, you really made up for the hot cocoa one.
With just being afraid in my own home.
How are you going to go on a date with that hot dude if he can't knock on your door?
If somebody is expected to come over,
which no one ever is.
But the problem with this guy also is that he'll just stand outside my door, like making phone calls, and he'll walk to his truck and then immediately walk back. He has his keys in his thing so loud. So sometimes he'll pause, and I'm like, is he coming in here? Is he knocking? And then he doesn't.
You don't deserve to live. We got to move you. I'll give you a raise to get you into a slightly better apartment.
Look,
it stresses me out hearing about
that
this.
I have this man. I also was trying to figure out, like, does he want me to drive him? Because then someone's going to break into my apartment. That would be stupid. Because
you got to put up a sign that just says "Do not knock."
Do not knock. I'm so scared.
You got to look at me in the eye and be like, "Stop bothering me."
I've told him so many times. He's just like, "Do you want to come over for a Corona?" And I'm like, "No,
I don't want to fuck you, dude."
I have said just no, like, because I used to be like, I can't, but now I'm just like, no.
Hey, listen to me. I do this all the time with like older male comics. You got to put them on like old man ice. Be like, bye, thanks, sorry, can't. Like, don't even give him a chance to respond.
No,
bye. It's fine. You owe this person nothing. Ugh, we're going to move you. Yeah, America.
That's the fine.
Shut it off.